Hello. As far as a new experience that I had this week in clinical, or never before diagnosis, we had a young man that was 10 years old, and he was on the spectrum of autism. When his intelligence assessment was done in his psych eval, he was rated as highly intelligent. His mom reports that when she gave him, he was homeschooled up until this year. When she gave him a book or attempted to teach him anything, he would read it and move on right on to the next level. Just kind of had a photographic memory and could absorb things. What made it so interesting is that, well, right now the problem is that he started in public school this year. They wanted him to move up to the next grade, and his mom wouldn't do that because she felt like it would be too much for him. He's absolutely refusing to go. His mom says, I can't restrain him and take him. On the first day of school when he went this year, out on the playground for recess, he curled up in the fetal position. He's told his mom that it's too much of a traumatic experience. They've tried incentivizing him, to which he responds, I am not bribable. And Michelle, my preceptor, when she would ask him questions, he was extremely hateful, extremely obstinate and defiant in his responses, with answers like, I'm not answering your stupid questions. And then he would just glare at her. And honestly, it was a little bit scary. His mom is very complacent, very probably peaceful, I would say, in that she probably doesn't get worked up about much. She is extremely patient. Mom does seem highly intelligent herself, although I don't have any proof of that. But overall, just the obstinance that this kid takes and the stand he takes against anyone in authority is just a little bit scary. And that's probably not the correct word, but his mom can't get him anywhere for help, for therapy, for anything, so she's just kind of at a loss. Really the only thing that he's using right now pharmacologically is guanfacine, and he denies any anxiety, although that is very much part of his issue, but his mom doesn't really accept it either, just by relenting to the fact that school is a traumatic experience for him. Obviously, he doesn't have any social interaction, and he has younger brothers and sisters, which is also scary because he is sometimes out of control. So for me, personally, exploring my personal strengths, I think that I could probably develop a rapport with a patient to an extent, in that it was my first time. He's seen Michelle, the provider, before, so he had already decided he didn't like her. It was my first time with him, and I kind of had a little bit of an inroad, but that could very much disappear at the next time. But my approach was a little different in that I didn't necessarily take an authoritarian role with him, just became more of his peer, and he seemed a little more comfortable with that. So that would be my specific insight and my experience this week, and how it's new for me, and just where he rates on the scale of autism, whether it be Asperger's, I'm not sure, but overall it was just an interesting experience.